makes it number 3 in the 500, doesn't it?
Yeah, this is probably the biggest win, though. I mean, you know, the last one's always the best.
Richard Lee Petty is more than a driver, more than a team owner, more than an icon of his sport. He is nothing less than the undisputed king of NASCAR. Born on July 2, 1937, in Level Cross, North Carolina, Richard's father, Lee, was, himself, a successful NASCAR driver. A three-time Grand National champion and winner of the inaugural Daytona 500 in 1959. Richard's own driving career ran from 1958 to 1992, almost exclusively for the family's Petty Enterprises team. Driving the famous number 43, he racked up 7 Cup Series championships and 7 victories in NASCAR's flagship race, the Daytona 500.
And averaging just under 145 miles per hour.
In 1967, the year he won his second championship, he surpassed his own father's record of 54 victories to become the most successful driver in NASCAR history. And he just kept winning. That season alone, he won 27 times, including 10 in a row. From 1960 to 1984, he visited Victory Lane 200 times, an average of 8 wins every season, for 25 years. Like Don Bradman's test batting average of 99.94, or Jack Nicklaus's 18 major titles in golf, it is a sporting record that transcends his rivals. For context, it is more than the second and third place drivers on the list of NASCAR winners combined. But Richard Petty's achievements go beyond race wins and championships. He is as beloved for his sportsmanship, charisma, and dedication as for his dominance on track. He was named NASCAR's most popular driver 9 times and was honored with the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 1992. Beyond his driving career, Richard Petty remains a vital part of the racing community. He continues to inspire and contribute to the sport he loves through his unwavering passion for racing, his humility, and his ability to connect with fans. His story is one of perseverance, excellence, and dedication. Today we celebrate Richard Petty, the King, a true legend, whose impact on NASCAR and the world of motorsport will be remembered forever. Thank you, Richard Petty, for the memories, the inspiration, and the legacy. You are, and always will be, the King.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you've all had a wonderful time here at the Festival of Speed today. We've got 2 very special guests joining us here up on the balcony at Goodwood House. So let's have a huge round of applause for the King, Richard Petty, and his son, Kyle Petty. Gentlemen, lovely to have you back at Goodwood at the Festival of Speed. Do you like coming here?
Oh, yeah. We've been coming since '06, I think, so it gets bigger and better every time, so we really look forward every year to coming back.
Now, I know that for this audience, seeing this car here, there's one thing that comes to mind, which is the Cars film. I don't know, how many of you have seen the Cars movie? Right. How many of you remember the King in the Cars movie? You did the voice, of course, and that car is what the film was based on. You know, it's such an iconic car. Kyle, how special is it to drive it here at Goodwood?
So it's incredibly special. This is my first time at Goodwood, and I will say that all I've heard of Goodwood, all the photos, all the stories, it doesn't compare to being here and driving this car. This was my favorite car when I was 10 years old. They came out with this car. And I thought this was the most beautiful car, the greatest car in the world. And he would never let me drive it. As I got older, he would never. This is my time to drive this car. So Goodwood's always going to be special, and this car is always going to be special.
You won 8 NASCAR races, and your dad wouldn't let you drive his car.
No, listen, I won 8, but I wrecked like 950 of them, okay? So, yes, of course he wouldn't let me drive his car.
Now, I don't want to make Kyle feel bad here, but ladies and gentlemen, Richard Petty has won 7 NASCAR championships and 200 races. That is more victories on the all-time list than the second and third place combined. I think that's a big round of applause for that. Richard, when you look back at your career, and you know, obviously Kyle had his time in NASCAR as well. Any standout memories that you could share with a few friends out here today?
No, you know, it's just an idea that I went to the very first Cup race that NASCAR ever had, and been going ever since. And to watch the way things have changed over the years, and grow up with the sport. And I guess that's my looking back at. No really special deal, even though we was fortunate enough to win our 200th race on July the 4th in front of the President of the United States. So I guess that probably ended everything from there. Everything we'd done before was a build-up for that. And just to being able to be here and be having many good people around. And I just drove the race car, okay? You know, you had all the people around that done all the work and stuff. And I got maybe some of the glory or some of the bad things when I wrecked. But I overall just took a zillion people to put me here, put Kyle here, put that car on the road. And, you know, we just appreciate all that.
Now, we're here this weekend, all of us really, as guests of the Duke of Richmond. It's very much a family business, his family up here on the balcony. Kyle, it's been 75 years of the Petty family being involved in NASCAR. Your grandfather, of course, was a driver himself. How special is it to have such a long history in the sport?
So I think that's the most fascinating part. We can talk the wins, you can talk the championships, but this is our family business, and it's been passed on from my grandfather to my father to myself. I had a son that came along and raced, and so it's fascinating to think that one family, and I tell people this all the time, it's fascinating for me to believe that one family could make a living riding around in circles for 75 years. And every time I tell people that, they laugh, but then I say, well, you bought tickets and watched us do it. So that's the thing, but it's just fascinating, and it's a huge honor to be here. But we're here, as my dad said, we're here because of the fans that come out and buy tickets and watch us do it, that watch on TV. That's just our job.
And do you get to follow European racing? Do you follow Formula One? Do you watch what's happening on this side of the pond at all?
Oh, yeah, we watch any kind of racing. Motorcycle racing, boat racing, doesn't make any difference. Racing people kind of stick together no matter what kind of car or what kind of airplane or whatever. The racing people are racing people. They get in their blood, so they follow everything.
I think there's a few racing people out here. This is definitely an event for purists. Kyle, you said it was your first time here. Have you had a chance to wander around the paddock? And I don't know, is there anything else fancy that you fancy jumping in?
Oh, everything. Everything. Anything else? I saw all Nicky Lauda's cars. That's amazing to me. That's when I first started to follow Formula One and stuff. Got to talk to Jackie Ickx. Got to spend some time with Kenny Roberts, the great motorcycle race. It's been fascinating for me, and we talk about it. You know, you talk about racing people. Racing people love racing people. They just want to talk to racing people about racing, whether it's motorcycles, Formula One, drag racing, cars, whatever. That has been the fun part, and to mingle with the fans, sign autographs, have photos taken. It's fascinating to me that we did everything we did on that side of the pond, and they know who he is over here. That's just fascinating.
Listen, there are a lot of racing fans who definitely know who he is here. Richard, last word from you. What's your plan over the weekend? Are you gonna get behind the wheel of something, or is this a social weekend for you?
Well, it's a social weekend. After my last race, I think I crashed, and that was the end of my career. So we turned it over to Kyle. So again, this was Kyle's first time here. He wanted to come. We wanted to bring the Superbird, and I couldn't think of any better time to do it because of our 75th anniversary. So all that stuff wrapped again made a good weekend for us.
All right, listen. I think we'll leave it at that. Thank you very much for joining us up here. Ladies and gentlemen, Richard and Kyle Petty.